on the channel, a very exciting interview. We've had some great interviews recently, and today I am joined by Leslie Hoffman. Leslie, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's an honor to be here.
Oh, fantastic. Now, to give a brief intro, obviously, most people who are on the channel know who you are. They're big horror fans, but maybe they don't know about all 113 titles you've been involved in beyond the iconic Hall Guard in Nightmare on Elm Street. And one of the things that I wanted to start off with is a new development, which is the Hall Guard action figure has been made.
Yes, yes. A friend of mine told me about a different person who actually makes these horror figurines, and now there is a Hall Guard. Um, Actually, can I run and get one real quick? There you go.
I got you on the front cover there, front and
Yeah,
center.
yeah, that's actually me from that's a screen capture from Nightmare on Elm Street, and there's the me. It's
As
mini
you,
me.
yeah, mini me. Wow, that must feel quite surreal to see someone's made one of those of you.
Yeah, just so amazing. We're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984, and it's just amazing how this film has, I don't know if you would call it a cult following or just forget about the word cult.
Well, yeah, just a massive following. Yeah,
Amazing following.
yeah. That's true. If people want to get hold of one of those action figures, where might they see you or it or both of you together?
Well, okay. I'm going to be, let's see. I'm going to be in Ottawa, July 13th, and I'm going to be in Geneva, New York, September 21st. And you would be able to see me and purchase one of these dolls. But if you're not able to make it to these conventions, the dolls are available online, and I would autograph them personally to whoever would be interested in getting one. So you just need to get in touch with my agent, James Davidson,
Yes,
and
I'll
he
put a
would
link
let
in
me
the.
know, and I would sign an action doll for you.
Wow, a signed one. That'd be great. Now, I will put a link to James's website, his management company website, so people can get hold of one for themselves. That would be really cool to do that. So, speaking about the Hall Guard role itself, why do you think that people still embrace and love that character like you say, so many years since the film's release?
I think, well, there's two things. Originally, I think what got a lot of people in 1984 was actually the end scene of what we did, was when Robert Englund's voice came out of my mouth, saying, "Hey, Nancy, no running in the hallway." And actually, there's a story behind that, which I'll quickly add, is that I'm actually a stunt woman. That was most of my career. So I didn't have a script, and I wasn't auditioned for this part. I was hired by the stunt coordinator. But Wes Craven is probably the nicest director that I've ever worked for. And he came up to me when we were about to film the end scene, the second scene, and he almost had tears in his eyes, going, Leslie, I want you to know that I need you to say these lines, but your voice is never going to make it to the screen. I mean, as if as if he was taking something away from me. But
Oh.
I'm not an actress. I'm a stunt woman.
It doesn't. Yeah. He was just being so sensitive. Yeah, such a sensitive approach.
So he asked me to say the words so Robert Englund could dub in his voice. Uh, but he
Oh.
was so respectful of me.
That sounds like something people have said across the board about him, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
many.
actually ended up working for him on Deadly Friends and Scream 2. I doubled Laurie Metcalf on the theater stage when everything is falling on top of her. No,
Yes, I remember it well.
in the head with a beer bottle. That's me.
Well, I was going to ask you a bit later on about the challenges of double work. I watched
Well,
a.
actually, I didn't. Okay,
Oh,
so
go
let
ahead.
me go backwards.
Yeah.
Recently, someone told me that what shocked them was Nancy coming around the corner and running into me. That's what frightened them, was they weren't expecting Nancy. Nancy
The
was
jump scare. Yeah.
chasing Tina's body bag, and she rounds the corner and she slams into me and I fall on the floor. And now my voice, you do hear my voice saying, "Where's your pass?" Um,
Yeah.
so
That's really interesting, though, that different people have responded in different ways to the part that you played. That
right. I mean, I thought, or I'd say probably 95% or more people had proper name for the name in the movie, had nightmares from Robert's voice coming out of my mouth. That was what was least expected and just scared a lot of people. I've had fans come up to me at conventions, and let's say they were 10 years or younger when they originally saw the movie, and that just it was just way too spooky for them. But like you say, recently this guy comes up to me and he said, what really scared me was, like you say, Nancy coming around the corner and bumping into you. I didn't expect anyone to be around the corner. So
yeah, interesting. I think that Wes Craven has a gift for doing the unsettling. Some sorts. There's always something unsettling, whether it's The Hills Have Eyes or Last House on the Left. There's, especially though around that time, he just seemed to have this gift, and later on, I guess, but to do the unexpected, and hearing that voice come out of your body is unsettling, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, actually, but again, it when you're on the set and you're filming it, and I'm the one saying the line. I mean, so I didn't see Robert, or I didn't see the scene with Robert's voice
Yes.
coming out of my mouth until they had the screening for the cast and crew, and that's the first time that I got to see that. And
What
uh,
was your reaction to that when you saw it for the first time?
for me, that was cool.
It was cool. Yeah.
I
Oh.
mean, I guess it's kind of different for cast and crew to watch a movie.
Mhm.
And yeah, they may follow the storyline or get involved with the storyline, but they were there when it was being filmed. So it's a little different to sit with cast and crew and watch Nightmare on Elm Street as opposed to, and unfortunately I haven't been able to do this, is sit with fans and watch the movie.
Watching with cast and crew is like sitting with your friends, really, isn't it? Watching it with your friends, and they were all involved in it too. So it's a different. They'll be looking for the things that they did in the film.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Whether they were in front of the camera or behind the camera, we were all involved in making the movie.
Exactly. Obviously, the time between working to bring it full circle almost to as hall guard to then doubling for Laurie Metcalf. Did you notice a difference between the types of sets, that Wes Craven was running essentially with Nightmare on Elm Street to then revisiting his sets in Scream 2?
He seems to love these. It was an abandoned school that we filmed Nightmare on Elm Street, my scene at. I don't know if it was an abandoned theater or if he had rented the theater for, to do the sequence. We were on location as opposed to being on a movie lot set.
Obviously, he'd become a lot more successful.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, fortunately, money is a big issue in making movies, and it's a lot cheaper to have a stage already or have a hallway of a high school already than to have one built on a set. So I mean, the theater we were at, we were on a legitimate stage. So being on the stage or being behind the stage, no one had to build anything. It was already there.
Yeah. It must be wonderful to have all these memories of so many different kinds of films, from comedy to horror to television shows that everyone remembers. What would you say you feel the most proud of, whether it's a particular time or something that, a memory that you feel very proud of?
Not quite the answer you're looking for. Is just in a couple of years ago, in Saranac Lake, they have a walk of fame, and they actually put up a Leslie Hoffman plaque.
Wow. No, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Something
Oh,
that,
okay.
yeah.
So,
What matters to you, what you take away from this experience. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I
wow.
mean, that was quite of honor. Favorite scenes, like I say, it was so wonderful doubling because the fights I was doing were fights that women didn't do back then. There's the fight between Tom Morga as a Klingon and myself, and I mean, we're punching each other. He's flipping me to the floor. I mean, it just I'm very proud to be, I'll say, one of the first stunt women that could fight like a man.
That's amazing. That's like, somebody like, say, the sort of the stunt performers of today have got you to thank for blazing that trail.
Right, which makes me feel very old.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what it was meant as a compliment. Because these steps along the way, maybe people think that they didn't happen. That they've always been able to do the things they've always been. But that's not the case.
No.
It's been an absolute delight speaking to you and hearing about these stories. I can't get the idea of you and Tom Morga punching it out. Especially I keep seeing him as Michael Myers. So like you're willing to take on those big guys, and it's been so interesting hearing these stories. I hope lots of people buy the Hall Guard action figure and come to see you. It's been a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you. it was wonderful talking with you, Matt. I mean, I could go on for hours, and you've asked some wonderful
Oh,
questions
thank you.
that I hope the audience will enjoy,
I'm sure.
my answers and the stories that go with it. There's also, besides the figurine, there are also pictures that I have from Nightmare on Elm Street and also from Star Trek that I will autograph as well.
Fantastic.
Um, and then there's this amazing poster from Nightmare on Elm Street that his name is Nathan, drew in 2011. And again, it's so amazing. I'm in the movie for 19 seconds. I timed it. And he has me in this poster. I'm so honored that he thought my character was worthy of his poster of Nightmare on Elm Street. And recently he gave me the authority, the permission to become the owner of the poster. So I have the poster for sale as well, which I'm willing to autograph, or I would autograph to somebody who would be interested in the poster.
Wow. So, oh, that's so good. I think it'll be so lovely for those people to come out and meet you in person at those events we mentioned earlier on. I'll put the link to the agent's website so that everyone can find out the up to date news all about Leslie Hoffman.
Oh,
And I just want to thank you for all the exciting thrills and spills of your career that I've seen. And it's just amazing to talk about some of my favorite movies with you. So
oh,
no, it's been a joy. Thank you so much, Leslie.
oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Hopefully, maybe we'll do a part 2 someday.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Please, please, please. Yes.
Okay, that that that's a promise.
Oh, thanks, Leslie.
If it wasn't for the fans loving the films I was in, then I wouldn't be here today. So it's the fans are the number one people to me,
Oh,
and I love talking to the fans. So I hope that we will meet at conventions and we can discuss. Ask away. Ask any question you like, and
that's
I will
great.
try my best to answer it.
So, guys, get on it. Go and visit Leslie. Go and speak to Leslie at her booth. Get things signed and enjoy the conversation as much as I have. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Uh-huh.